Greek passenger liner Oceanos is in its death throes, taking on water just off what's called the wild coast of South Africa. The ship left port with more than 500 people aboard. Unbelievably, many of the ship's officers are now using the lifeboats to escape before the passengers.
We just assumed positions that we had no training for.
Julian Butler and Moss Hills are entertainers, not professional sailors. But they start loading passengers in the remaining lifeboats.
We were just trying to make sure it was women and children, elderly, that sort of thing, trying to get them off first.
From a distance, you could see the boats sort of coming down and the people getting in. Because of the wind, the boats were being flung out and flung in again and bashing against the side of the ship.
Water is now flooding the Oceanos at the rate of 16 tons an hour. But why? Normally, after the initial breach, bulkheads and watertight doors would have contained the water that flooded the generator room. But a ventilation pipe has been removed for repairs, and that allows water to rush into the ship's sewage holding tanks.
Once you've got water into the sewage system, then effectively you've got a system with pipe, the plumbing of the ship, if you like, and that leads to all the cabins, you know, from the showers, the toilets, the wash basins.
Non-return valves should prevent water from backing up, but they've been removed for repairs too. And now, enormous pressure forces the ocean water up through that network of pipes.
National Sea Rescue need a spare channel. We on channel 16 at the moment.
On the bridge, Moss and Julian use the ship's radio to contact another vessel. Then Moss goes looking for the captain.
I said to him, well, you know, we've made radio contact with somebody. They're asking various questions. Can you come and help us? And he was saying, no, not necessary.
By now, 5 of the ship's 8 lifeboats have launched. But the boats on the port side of the ship are completely useless.
And then the lifeboats, they couldn't go down, couldn't be lowered, because gravity wasn't pulling them down. Gravity was sticking them to the side of the ship. So now we had 228 people left on board and no way to get them off.
South African authorities promised a helicopter rescue, if only the survivors can hold on. And now, 12 hours after the Oceanos started to sink, the choppers finally arrive. But Moss had another jolt of reality. One of the first people to get on the rescue chopper was the captain, leaving Moss to perform a rescue mission he's never done before.
It was impossible to walk on the deck. You had to be on all fours. And in fact, that's why I had a rope around my waist and around the railings so I could run the rescue station, because otherwise I would have fallen to the water. There was no way to stand.
Time is running out. They load the evacuees, 2 at a time. Incredibly, all of the passengers get off the ship. Then finally, Moss and Julian are themselves rescued.
And it suddenly felt unbelievable that we were just deserting and just getting hoisted up as this ship was disappearing, getting smaller from view as we hoisted up, and also just getting more and more water swamping over it. It was actually awful.
18 hours after the ship lost power, the weight of all that water finally surpassed the buoyancy of the ship, and the Oceanos sank.